Welcome to Talk Back Natchitoches. Yours truly, Pastor Stephen Harris, hosting this extraordinary show. It's about you. It's not about me. It's about us. And we're going to do what we've always done, and that's begin with the word of prayer. Lord God, how we thank you, how we praise, glorify, and magnify your name. For Lord, this surely is the day that you've made and allowed us to participate in this day, oh gracious Father. Gracious Father, we ask that right now that you would just continue to bless and keep us during this day. And Lord, that we may be productive and share the good news that Jesus loves us, that Jesus cares for us, and he wants all of us to come into the knowledge of who he is and what he's done. And Lord, I just thank you right now for those who will be listening. May this segment be informative, inspiring, and impactful. And we ask all of these blessings in the awesome and matchless name of Jesus the Christ. Amen and amen. Listen, again, I am just excited about another day's journey, a new day to get life right, get things right. I know that time has changed. We spring forward. We can tell that it's spring because there are a lot of different things that's changing in the spring. I see flowers, buds coming out and things like that. So I know that it is the springtime of our lives, and I'm just thankful that God is still producing things in your life. Amen? And God wants to continue to use this time and this days to bless you. God is not wanting to curse you. God wants to bless you. I hope you had a wonderful day or weekend. I was blessed to attend the homegoing celebration of one of my members' brother in Leesville, Brother Gregory Ford, and they had a wonderful homegoing celebration. Then I came back to Natchitoches to celebrate the life and legacy of Coach Jackson. Now, I do know that there was another Jackson that they gave a lot of accolades to, and listen, well deserved to the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Listen, man, that was a extraordinary, awesome tribute from Chicago to South Carolina to the corporate office of Operation Push. All of it was just great. But it was so special to me to come back and us recognize our own iconic figure, Coach Jackson. My conversation with Coach Jackson would always be, now Rev, I'm not boring you, am I? He would always have information with him, and not just a little information, but a lot of information he would bring with him. And he would, whether it was the Constitution of the United States, whether it was the Charter of Natchitoches, whether it was the Home Rule Charter of our new form of government, whatever it was that he had it, and he had plenty of it. And he knew how to take it from paper to one's heart. And I was just so extremely, anytime I was in his presence, he was a very informative person. He knew his stuff. But not only was he smart, he was wise. He made you feel like you were everything in his presence. And so I'm just, today, I pay homage and I pay a great deal of respect to Coach Jackson and the things that he left to us, whether it was in politics, whether it was in history, just what he left for us to hold on to. Again, thank God for the Reverend Jesse Jackson, but we had our own iconic figure in Coach Robert Jackson. And I just want to say to his family and all that we will definitely miss him, and we have nothing but love for him. I am in the studio, joined by a young lady, looking for another young lady to show up as well, and I guess you'll be here in a few, huh? But this young lady gonna tell us who she is and what she's all about. She looks like she's quite fit, so you know, more fit than I am for sure. And it looks like she has fun in what she does, and so she never goes to work a day in her life, you know. And that's what I tell people, man, do something you love and you'll never go to work a day in your life. And so she's here, and to our Talkback audience, I want you to introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Sure. My name is Melissa Duff. I am from Canada, so I got my visa to come down. My company at home is Movement Plus, and it's all about high performance equine and movement and athleticism and horse and rider combination and communication. And
wow. Yeah. So you're into the equine industry, period.
Anything horse.
Equine. Yeah.
When you say don't work a day in your life, that is me.
Wow. You know, I heard about, you know, my wife, her studies is social work and in social work and things like that. Some of the therapy, because my daughter is veterinarian,
right?
And so one of the things they do is with horses, with a horse therapy.
Absolutely, they're great for the soul.
Yeah,
they're one amazing animal that will. The forgiveness, probably the first closest thing to God that you can
get. I feel like right now I'm feeling like Fat Albert and Scooby Doo, you know, mixed together. The only reason I say that is because when you've been around horses, you know, it's one thing, but when you haven't really been around horses, that's a big animal.
Yeah, they are.
And, you know, I think you ought to go and sit under a person like Melissa so she can show you that, like, I love dogs. You know, I'm comfortable around dogs. Some folks are not comfortable around dogs.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, but a big old horse?
Yeah, no. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is what? They're going to, step on your toes.
Step on your toes?
Yeah.
I saw one bite a boy one time.
Oh, yeah, they can do that too, I suppose. I just never consider it, really. Like, yeah, no.
And I saw a farrier. I'm not a farrier.
I am, yes.
And I got a good friend, Pastor O.C. Charles, who shoes race horses.
That department I never got into, but 15 years of being underneath horses. I'm either on one or under one.
Those things are big to hold. I keep going back to that thing, and you're pretty, big.
Yeah, there's a lot of women in the farrier industry now.
For real?
Yeah, women are more flexible, a lot more patient. They can't manhandle really, but we're more flexible. We can get underneath them. The horses are more comfortable. Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
Farrier is an art.
It really is.
Yeah.
I got a chance to see that, but a lot of people, they want to make sure the different types of horseshoes and things like that, man,
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we, as humans, like to try and reinvent the wheel. But the anatomy of the horse hasn't changed in 1,000 years. And I say that, but then on the second breath, our horses from 20 years ago don't look the same as they do now.
Wow.
Where we're getting a lot more, the horses aren't meant to work now. They're athletes.
They are.
They're supposed to be athletic. The speed index has changed from about 20 on the mark, right? At least. Our thoroughbred influence into our quarter horses.
Right.
Our horses are now treated more like princesses and babies and the athletes that they are, rather than a machine that went to work and you went, rode the range and brought the cows in and pulled a wagon and all of that stuff. Now we've bred athleticism into them,
right.
Same as our dogs and other breeds of animals that we tweak a little bit for humans.
So you get on the back of this big animal, and like you said, they are called athletes now.
They are athletes.
So who's the person on the back of it?
Well, sometimes we're athletic. Sometimes we're athletic. But a horse is truly supposed to be an extension of your legs. So if you're not athletic, you can communicate and become a partnership with something that is.
Now, I got a listener. He is all ears right now because he loves race horses.
Yeah.
Brought up with race horses and things like that. Jockey and all that, And I'll be honest with you. Up until this trail riding and everything like that, well, forgive me, I didn't think black folks would be out there messing with no horses, But
you guys are more athletic.
But there's a whole lot of black, and especially in Brazil and things.
Amen.
Yeah.
That is an industry that we watch pretty close, as in my world, where I'm like, why are they faster? What are they doing? And they're all natural, and it's very consistent in their industry.
Wow.
And things that we can do here that we can't do there, or they can't do there.
Well, listen, young lady, I don't know who this is, but she looks like she may know you or something. She looks like she's all horsed up too.
Yeah, I recognize that one.
So let's just talk about, first of all, your background is in anything about a horse.
Anything about a horse. I did get blessed my mom put me in figure skating. I took that as far as I could go. Under our circumstances, I wasn't able to compete a lot, but I did all the testing programs. And then I became a coach for 20 years.
In figure skating?
Yeah. I mean, we were allowed to start coaching as soon as we were up to a certain level. So from the time I was 9, I was helping little kids learn how to do the first jump, the first turn, and once you get up in, I took my national coaching, so it was NCCP level 2, halfway completed my level 3, and then honestly the parents got me out of that one because I love the kids, it was the parents, but that tweak in the movement, from a heel in to a heel out changes everything on the ice and your blades, and so the real keen eye for movement started that, and then I just turned that over to horses, and then I became a massage therapist as well, learning all of the muscles and the supporting structures and the fitness and the nutrition, all of that, and apply that to barrel racing. And I left massage because people are a little bit more complaintive than horses. So people are complaining and they don't want to do the work.
I discovered that they massage horses and things. Especially the horse gets ready to run, and they pay more to get horses, you know, massage.
The horses probably see a dentist more often than you do.
Wow.
Like, we look at the really highly competitive horses are probably needing their teeth done every 6 months, depending on their genetics. Now, with our genetics and our breeding, same as dogs, their teeth kind of go shaly, that kind of thing. So having someone that is a dentist, strictly, it affects their movement because their jaw has to slide in certain directions when they go to run. If they can't slide that jaw and open the airway, you're restricted, or the head movement comes up because the teeth are blocking. You know, we don't feed horses on the ground like we used to, so their teeth are affected because we're feeding them up, like a hay bag or in a pail or something like that. Like,
so that's not the natural movement of a horse eating up like that. It's mostly the horse is eating either down, or if they're around trees, I guess, they'll eat. But mostly it's grass.
Grazing, long face, right? Nose down, eyes up. Right. So, you know, we love the animal. We take the best care possible. Right. But because we have domesticated them so much, there's little things that need to be addressed in order to keep them at the tip top of their athletic ability. Same as one person's going to wear Nike shoes, the next person is going to wear hiking boots, depending on their sport.
We're going to take a break in just a few minutes, and we're going to get our other guests in here, Miss Karen. But when you talk about an animal's natural instincts and things like that, even when we talk about a dog, if a dog runs wild in the wild, if he gets sick, he knows the right plants and things to eat that he, gets well. If he got his worms or whatever the case may be. But it's like you said, when we take animals and domesticate them and things like that, they literally depend on us then to take care of them.
Exactly. So they need their feet done, their nails done, their teeth done.
Right.
You watch their coat. Does it look good? You watch their attitude. Horses are never, I wouldn't say never, but generally speaking, horses never want to be bad. Right. So when they are misbehaving, they're either unclear, there's pain, or they're trying to tell you something else. Right. So we just have to learn to listen. Yeah, and we don't do a great job of that. No, we're really bad at it. As human beings, we didn't listen when the Lord said, "Thou shalt not." Well, listen, we're going to take this break, and when we come back, we're going to get Carrie in and let her talk a little, and then we're going to talk about a business that, boy, I didn't really think that there was a difference in what you're sitting your gluteus maximus is on, And so we'll be right back. So this is going, and we're on at all times. I am just amazed. Me too. Hey, we have our athletes that live and breathe hockey or live and breathe track.
And come right. I'm gonna move over a little bit.
She knows a whole lot more about all this than I do.
That's cool. That's cool. And now you're from where?
I am from Boyce, or Alexandria Pineville area.
We just had.
But I lived actually right over here on Deer Creek Road for about 9 years.
Okay, we just had a funeral for Bayou Bishop.
Yeah.
Bishop.
Right there at St. Matthews, wasn't
That's
it?
right.
Yeah.
Dr. Green. It's a great guy. We had thousands of people for his funeral. Yeah, he was I call him Pop Green. Yeah. You a Pharaoh too?
No.
She's a barrel racer.
I'm a barrel racer.
Oh, you barrel racer? Yeah. Right. So you're an athlete. You're an athlete. You're an athlete to stay on the horse. Man, shoot. Let me tell you something.
I go on what do we call it? Mock Jesus?
Move that over just a little bit.
Yeah.
No, the saddle.
Okay.
Then it'll make more room for her.
Oh, Lord.
There we go. That's a good one.
Come here. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's brand new. Still got the plastic on it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
My God.
Ten seconds.
Pull that and let you introduce yourself, baby.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Pull it to you. All right, and we are back, and we've already met Miss Melissa, who, God Almighty, she don't ever have to worry about getting a job because she has diversified her training and gifts that she can walk in any place and get a job. It may not be the main thing she does, but she can do it. But if you would introduce yourself and tell our audience who you are.
Okay. I'm Carrie Hamblin, and I live in Boyce. I'm from the Pineville, Alexandria area, and my parents actually live here on Cane River.
Okay.
They've been here for 22 years, I believe it is. And I used to live here in Natchitoches for about 9 years.
Why'd you leave here?
I left for a job, and it was probably one of the worst mistakes. but at the same time, if
I'm so glad you said that.
if I would not have taken that job, things would not have gone the way they did in my life, and I would have never met Melissa.
Wow. And so, what did you say you do?
I was a sheriff's deputy.
Okay.
And I got hurt doing that. And then I opened a dog grooming business over in Boyce.
Okay.
And so it was that, but I always had a love for horses from a very young age. Like I had a horse waiting at home when I came home from the hospital with my parents.
Right.
And I was a barrel racer probably up until I was 18 years old. And then life happened. And I had kids and I had to work. And I stopped doing all of that. And then whenever I got hurt and things just ended up working out to where I bought my grandbaby a horse. She was 2, it was her 2nd birthday. And I bought her a horse that was a known kids horse. I mean, great with kids. We use that term lightly, kids horse. But,
Right.
Because it's an animal.
Some horses are not.
Right, but he was proven.
Yeah, I need
okay?
a kid horse.
He was proven. And so I bought him for her. And then I started riding him to keep him in shape for her. And we found that he was actually quite athletic. It took a little bit of work to get there. And then I met Melissa at the NFR in Las Vegas in December of last year. And we started talking, and then whenever she got here, she saw something in him and apparently in me. I'm still trying to figure out.
The horse?
She saw something in that horse.
Okay.
It was a combination that just needed a tweak here and a tweak there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And a little pep talk about using the words. I mean, her injury says that she shouldn't be able to do a lot of things, but I don't think no is an acceptable answer for anything in life. So when she says I can't, I'm like,
I get in trouble. I get slapped.
Yeah.
I get a little slap on the hand.
So we take her I can't, and I try to take the back door in to make it her idea.
Right.
And then all of a sudden off she goes, and she's probably the fastest transformation I've had in my coaching with horses. I mean, I've done a lot of transformations on people, but Carrie was the 30-day divine intervention because I got her and then ended up staying a lot longer than I thought I would because I'm a transient. So,
Right.
So, you know, I saw something in her. Her family is beautiful. The horse quality is there. She took a little more time to ask questions and kind of get to going. But once she heard it, once she wrapped her head around it, then it all started playing in the right direction.
How did your experience like with figure skating and like you said movement and things? How did that help you in looking at the because you all get hurt a lot too
Oh yeah.
as figure skaters,
Oh yeah.
but yet you bounce back and you're able to
Well, the thing that I found
adjust.
in figure skating is the faster you go, the more slide you have to absorb the concussion. So I was the girl that went the fastest.
Right.
Push hard, and I got legs on me. Like I was raised by wolves. I had all boys in my family, so rough and tumble was my thing.
Yeah.
Then I took the movement from there, and I started watching my competitors because I had mentors growing up, and I was really lucky to have the people in my life that I did, you know, and then it was like the one lady taught me it's about movement, it's about steps, and I'm like, well, I can relate that. I know steps and movement from dance and all of that stuff.
Right.
So took the movement and watched the horses and watched the girls that were winning and what they did different, and then started applying it, started winning myself. Then I got lucky enough to be able to teach clinics and travel around the world, so I got to go to New Zealand. When I got to New Zealand,
Wow.
I got to ride in the saddle. And of course, you're traveling overseas, and the biosecurity is insane, so you don't get to take your own stuff with
Right.
you. So I'm riding everybody else's stuff, and I'm not comfortable, right? I'm uncomfortable, and I don't feel like my balance point's right. And a lady had come up to me, and Nancy Franco, and she'd asked me, "Would you ride in the saddle?" Sure, I'm riding in this one. It's on mine. I'll ride in yours. It's on mine. I don't care.
Right.
And I got in hers, and she has a total background in saddle fit and horse movement and saddle companies that she's worked for and working for, and in her frustration of not being able to give the horse the movement that they wanted or she wanted out of you know full wet back and horse comfort and all of that stuff, she developed her own tree over about 8 years by the time I got there. And she was ready. She was ready to put it on the market. Now she's in New Zealand. She's got Australia. She asked me to bring it back to North America because I was like, what is this? Because I sat in a brand new saddle for 3 days and I was not hurting. And then I found out why.
Wow.
So you close contact, you can feel your horse move. So when I'm visualizing it and then I feel it, and then I can see the absolute change in, you know, the horse to the rider to the comfort of the horse, the willingness of the horse was through the saddle. And I'm like, I'll take it back to Canada. I said, but there's some conditions because we have very extreme weather up there. And if this thing is going to warp in the cold and we've had that in Canada where trees don't make it. And so I brought it home and abused it. And then I gave it to my roping ambassador who is feral. And Riley Roth 8, you can watch him on TikTok. And he abused it to his fullest extent. He has broken many, many saddles off of his big rope horse, and he has not trashed ours yet. We're in pretty good now.
Right.
So far so good. But it has to have longevity and durability and quality and all the rest of it. But it also has to maintain that toughness with that feel and that ability for the horse to move. And I tell you, when I don't hurt, I was like, why don't I hurt? Because it's the first saddle that took the pelvis into consideration. Men's pelvis and women's pelvis is completely different. So the comfort for women in a female saddle with your femur angle and your legs being straight rather than your knees popped out, riding in a men's saddle, you can ride a heck of a lot longer and absorb a lot more forces in the athletic world or hours in the saddle when the tree is right for your pelvis. And then the movement of that transpired into the horse is like, it's magic. It's magic.
Yeah. Also, you have won championship or something?
That's her. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I won a buckle.
Okay.
I won a buckle.
And it looks nice too.
But yeah, we're getting there. We're almost there. But yes, she has actually won some big races.
Yeah.
In my area, right?
And so you know what it takes to
get to the top.
Oh yeah, Canadian. Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah, our Canadians are holding their own pretty good in Arizona right now.
Okay. Yeah, Arizona has a lot of rodeos.
Barrel racing is high there. Roping, it's a roping capital of the world, but barrel racing I think is pretty close second on there. Just that they get to cheat and double up because they got 2 on a team instead of 1.
Is that's a quarter horse mostly, right?
Quarter horse, Thoroughbred, a lot of thoroughbred influence.
Is it a hybrid?
Kind of like a
mix
hybrid,
between the thoroughbred and the
Our original quarter horses were strong,
right.
made to work all day. You know, pull those calves, do that. Well, barrel racers don't want to pull a bunch of calves, but now, you know, they have to be athletic. They have to get there first. They have to, you know, when the ropers go, they have a lot more influence thoroughbred-wise in their horses too, which changes their body shape a little bit.
Here's a question. What sets a custom saddle apart from a traditional saddle riding, and you know?
Custom, are we talking custom like you want to design it yourself, or do we have to custom that tree? Because like humans, the same pair of jeans that fit me aren't going to fit you.
Right.
The same pair of shoes aren't going to fit me as fit you. And we have a standard, but there's people that struggle. There's horses that struggle with saddle fit as well.
Right.
So we basically form that horse's back. So we take measurements in certain increments down the back and take the top line. And the top line is kind of what has changed the most in the last 20 years, say, is that top line has gotten longer with the thoroughbred influence. So when we look at our traditional roping saddles and our saddles from 20 years ago and the seats coming back into for the rider, that accommodation sometimes doesn't fit that horse because their withers are still extended underneath your seat, and so the saddle creates pressure. And then you get behavior issues. So like you said, they don't want to be bad.
Right.
They usually they're telling us something isn't right. So if we're willing to listen, so when I custom it, we actually take little cardboard cutouts of every line that I take and take it to our tree builder, and he cuts them all out of cardboard and recreates that shape with pictures and everything else. And now we've got that horse's back that we can build that tree to, so when the saddle comes, it's built for him.
Right.
Like
So
in a tailored suit.
yeah. And you can. There's a difference in a
Yes.
tailored suit.
Absolutely.
There is, yeah. And the horse will never lie, right? The horse is the most honest creature on the planet. So
Right.
the horse never lies. When that horse does something really good, it's usually it's right. Everything's right. But when that horse isn't doing something right, he's talking to you, and we just need to learn to listen.
So the saddle is custom for the horse,
Yeah.
but also for the rider.
Right. So now you've got a custom saddle, and especially our ladies, because years and years ago, women didn't ride. When they did start riding, they rode side saddle. And then when they started riding like the rest of the men, they went in whatever they got their hands on. Now we have saddles on the market that are made for women. We have the first patented female tree. And that means your femur angle is coming out and your knees aren't going to be twisted back in. So the riders that complain about knees, all of that stuff. Yeah, when it's custom for you, it's night and day difference. And it does take some getting used to because we're in a proper riding position. And if you've ever had any dressage training or any of that stuff, I mean, those horses dance, right? So dressage is very balanced and very, correct. That's where we want to be because of the athletic ability of those horses. We can't be kind of sitting behind. We're going to get left behind, or we struggle to get up with them, or stay in the center, or right. When we're at a high rate of speed, and the difference between first and second is sometimes 1,000th of a second.
Right.
Any little bit will help. Any little bit will help.
That can also be difference. That time can be difference in thousands of dollars of winnings.
Yeah.
That can be the difference of your horse, like
Millions.
And if you're at that level, absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. And even the difference in divisions. I mean, when I got here, Carrie was running in the 3D. I tweaked a little bit here and a little bit there, and I got rid of the I can't, and I told her to full send it, and what's the worst that can happen? You miss the first barrel? Like, honestly, you're not winning now, so we might as well ship them. If you can get to the first barrel faster than anybody else, you got a head start, right? I mean, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
And she kind of went, okay. And she went from 3D when I got here, and she got her first 1D check on Saturday. So that top division. And there's more to go.
It was 4th place out of 104 riders.
Come on.
So
So when I did that and I look at her run again and my analytic brain looks in there and I'm like, there's 3/10 there, there's 3/10 there, and you quit riding there. So, you know, does she have to be perfect every round? No. But eliminate those 3/10 mistakes. How did we do that? Well, one, her saddle was biting her horse. It wasn't holding her correct. She was inside, she was outside, she was forward, she was backwards. It was like, if you just sit still. Have you ever piggybacked a little kid?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're looking over your shoulders, you can't run in a straight line, right? But if that kid's like a backpack, you can give her, right? You'll be faster and straighter than anybody else. Same thing applies. The horse is piggybacking us, and we might not be big compared to that horse, but when you're looking at a 1/10 of a second, 100th of a second, the difference between winning $5,000 or getting nothing, going home with your sucker in the dirt, right? That's the difference, right? We need to get all the forces and everything together, and if your femur angle is in the wrong angle, and you're coming out with a horse that's like powerful, because we're building rocket donkeys now, right?
Yeah.
We got those, and our little frames still have to stay there. We need help. People change the bits, the boots, they'll change everything all day long. They'll buy a new horse before they try a new saddle.
And it may just all be in the saddle.
It's possible.
Put the ego aside, put your shame aside, or whatever it is, and say, I need help. Because in the horse industry, it's a beautiful family.
Yeah.
And the horse industry, there's lots of people that want to help for their own, like, oh yeah, I fixed that. That's not part of it. It's the faster you go, the more pressure you put on the competition, the faster they start going. The industry starts to climb.
Almost like what Tiger Woods did to the golfing industry.
Yes. And Brazil's putting the pressure on, but because we're in the U.S. right now, they're not here hammering it to us. And I mean, there is arguments in different areas about their ground is the same every time. We have diverse ground, we have arenas, we have all of different things that they don't have that challenge with, which is fair. But their horses are fast. And their runs aren't pretty, but I really want to know what they do between run to run, because whatever they're doing in the background, we need to learn that.
And there's a science to this madness.
Yes.
There's a science to this madness. And
it's just not hook up a trailer and go out there and run. There's a whole lot to it.
Yeah, there's nutrition. I mean, our horses eat better than us. Our horses get their feet done. I get my nails done. I don't get my hair done. But my horse is bathed, and he is like, we know. Is that hair out of place? Yeah. Oh, is that okay? Is your digestive system okay? Is your feet okay? Did that last run hurt you? Do you need to be stretched? Do you need a chiropractor? Do you need a massage? Do you need a vet? Like our horses are.
I haven't had a massage in over a year, but my horse has had 4 in like the last 4 months.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got to take a break.
Okay.
But when we come back, we're going to get to the fact about how a person can get the saddle and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they got to get the science of it and get a person like you to know, like me, I need to know how to ride, first of all, because I don't want what I'm doing for fun to be hurting me.
No. No, it's not fun if pain's involved.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Most thing I get into is all about business. If you can't make no money for me, I ain't messing with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to take a break and we'll come right back. Come over here, baby. Come on over here. She being
shy.
Oh, she being shy.
Yeah.
My granddaughter was in here in the studio last week, and looked like everybody liked that.
Yeah. Did I get her to come sit in the saddle right here? She's liking it.
So how does a person get in touch with you all to
Call me.
be trained, and do y'all do classes and things like
clinics,
that?
I do lessons. I'll do a consultation.
Riding
Send me a video.
Yeah.
Send me a video of your run, and I will tell you, one, if I can help you.
That's how we started.
All right, because if you're in competition, this could make or break you.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, call me. She's hiding.
And we are back. Listen, what's the name of the company?
Franco Saddles.
Franco Saddles.
We are new to the U.S. We launched, so we're in New Zealand, we're in Australia. I brought it back to Canada. For 3 years I've been in Canada. Had some success, seen some success stories, see the confidence building in a lot of ladies, especially, older ladies that still want to enjoy the sport, run around with their kids. We've built a family in barrel racer land, and those ladies feel secure, feel solid, don't hurt as much at the end of their ride, so they can go for longer. And then we thought, okay, we have our ducks in a row. We are ready to get the biggest horse market on the planet, which is the United States. So I got my visa, I got permission, I came down here, we got viruses and stuff that happened. So instead of having like a little bit of an introduction before the national finals, we didn't get that because we couldn't take tack across for horses with the EHV. We got to the NFR and went, okay, start at the top, and got our name out there. But because we weren't able to do what we normally do, which is throw saddles on, let people ride.
Right.
Try that saddle, see if it's comfortable, see if it works. Let me fit your horse. I'm not going to charge you anything for it. Just let me see. Take a ride in it. If it works for you, great. I'll show you how to order one. If it doesn't work, at least you know what it looks like. And you don't scroll past it next time you see it on social media. So then we got to the NFR, and then, I had a little dip in the market in Arizona, and Carrie convinced me to come out here, but you had an ice storm at the time, and I'm in Canada, and I know a long ways to get away from the ice, so I told her when that's gone, I'll make my way over.
Yeah. So Carrie, you, like you said, you, as a youngster, you rode and things like that, had some injuries, had some setbacks, but now, just recently, 100 and what, competing, and you...
The last race on Saturday was 104 competing, and we were 4th overall. The 4th fastest time out of 104 people. And it was some pretty good competition that day.
And you contribute a great deal of this to Melissa.
Yes, I do. I do. I contribute a lot of it. I mean, we've been doing this, again, I've been back riding and racing since June of 2025.
Okay.
And I was showing a video from Halloween of 2025 that was pretty rough. And then I got another coach here locally, and we were working and doing some stuff, and it did. I gained some confidence, and I gained a little bit, here and there, and I was working towards it, but I just couldn't. The light bulb didn't go off.
Right.
The light bulb didn't go off. I don't know if it just what it was. I mean, we changed the saddle. We did a little bit of work on his feet. Did the osteopath work with him the night before the race, and he actually gets his teeth done today. So we haven't even done that yet, so we'll see what comes after that.
Right.
But, I mean, it all just came together, and then I get really nervous before I ride. Like, I get really, like, almost throwing up nervous.
Anybody that's good in their in their field, in their profession, they get nervous.
I get real nervous.
And she's got this little quirk, and I'm like, oh, we need to calm that down.
Yeah.
So I distract her and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's 1 to the right and 2 to the left. Go as fast as you can. The homework's done, man.
Yeah.
Let's get out there.
I get really bad anxiety. I'm like, what if?
Oh, yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
And I'm working all the what ifs out in my head all the way. And my coach that I had, Diane, she actually, something that I take from her is ride each barrel as it comes to you. Quit thinking about the third barrel on the first barrel.
Okay.
And she's like, one at a time. So I have to think one at a time. Quit thinking about what could happen on the third barrel while you're headed to the first, because then you're going to miss the first.
Right.
And it's the same in life. Quit thinking about what's there. Handle what's here. So I was just like, hey, one at a time, and then I take all of her advice that she's given me of go fast. Just let him go. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Trust your horse.
He's your partner.
There's a best-selling author by the name of John Maxwell. He writes the book about 17 indisputable laws of teamwork. I want you to understand something.
Mm-hmm.
In order to go higher, you have to have a great team. And that's what has happened. You're talking about the other coach and this. That was part of the team.
Correct.
She just became a part of the team.
Yeah.
And the higher you go, the more you need to build a team around you.
Mm-hmm.
Because a person is not an island alone.
No, and a team that wants your success just as much as their own.
Right.
So I'm a competitor too.
Yeah.
And I said, you bet, when I meet up with you in the alleyway, I'm going out to beat you.
Yeah.
And I will not weaken. Because I know she's probably going to be my toughest competition because I've given her all the information.
Right.
So that 17 seconds in the arena, we ain't friends.
Right. Yes, indeed.
But as soon as that 17 seconds is over, I'm her biggest fan. And when we get there, one of our team members is gonna do good, right? And then we have the dentist in the background and the body worker in the background that are rooting for our success, because if you put your hat on as a coach, as a competitor, I wear that hat. Then I wear a coach hat. And my job is to make my students the best that they can be.
Right.
Regardless of where I landed in life, but their job is to be the best. That's my hat that I have to wear that day. And then the dentist, they want their horses to be the fastest because it's all about movement. The body work.
And that's all part of the team.
It's all part of the team.
And that has happened. The horses that the dentist has worked on, our son that has worked on, they were in the top.
They went from, struggling to get a turn to win in the last race. And it's like, that's not maybe the answer for every horse, but it was the answer for that horse. And then the confidence, because now the rider knows that horse can turn that barrel. It's not their problem or the horse's problem. It was an actual physical issue. We eliminated the issue. They won the next, not the next race, but
so let me get this straight. You're saying that you said the dentist. Talking about like fixing teeth?
Yeah.
Equine dentist, yep.
Equine dentist. Because they're a quadruped and their necks are long. Their airway's coming through at 300 some miles an hour or something like that. It's crazy how fast the air is running through their throat. They can't open up their neck and they can't slide their jaw because of a hook, because we've been feeding them up instead of down, or they just have genetically bad teeth like some of us are blessed with. I mean, you don't know until you get the right person in there. And then all of a sudden they don't want to turn because they kind of have to hold their head funny in order to get there, but then their body mechanics don't work that way. So in order to get that fast, snappy, balanced turn, everything needs to be right. And the riders go, well, it must be a bit. I need a new bit. So they'll go spend $300 They'll go spend $300 on a bit instead of $200 or $150 on a dentist because they think it's a communication with them problem, or they didn't train it good enough, or this or that or the other thing. So, I mean, there's a whole thing in here. I mean, right up to a Caslix, which we don't need to totally explain, but every rider needs to understand what Caslix is.
Yeah.
But yeah, dental. Dental is huge.
Does everybody know this?
No,
they don't know this. And that's
don't.
where sharing that information, like I watched a horse the other day, and the horse is nice.
Right.
It's a flashy sorrel mare, and she's trying to do a circle. She's just practicing. It's a ride night. And that horse is screaming, and I can see it because that's what I'm trained to do.
Right.
And the rider is losing confidence, going, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, we try to get a little speed, and then all of a sudden the horse is misbehaving. And they talk about Caslix, and maybe it's not appropriate on this channel, but...
Oh, well, it obviously is.
It obviously is, because I want
is.
riders to know this, especially athletes. So we have mares that are built for athleticism, which changes the anatomy just a hair. So that the vagina of that horse actually pulls air into them when they're running.
Wow.
And they get up underneath themselves. And we built them to be this way for that power and that strength and that hip, but we didn't take into account what it did to the anatomy. So our race horses all have Caslix on a mare. Wow. I don't get on a mare because that's painful for them. So I can see this mare across the arena But now, how do I open the door of communication? Because these girls are looking at me like,
Kind of weird to walk up and be like,
Yeah.
can I look at your horses underneath your horse's
Yeah.
tail?
Yeah.
And you do a simple check, and it went as soon as I checked, and I'm like, this is a bad problem.
Yeah.
And it mentally messes with that horse, so she's anticipating pain every time that ride. Even though that rider is gentle, that rider is
She's a good
kind,
rider.
she's a good rider. She knows her horses. But that was one piece of the information that she didn't have, and I was able to share it with her, and she booked an appointment, and the problem will be solved. But if you don't know that problem, and you've never heard of that problem, it's why we see team ropers not riding mare's lots.
Well, listen. So, let's get to the saddle right. And listen, I love it all
Yeah, there's a
because
lot.
we
There's
got a
hours
lot
on it.
of folks who ride,
yes.
whether they're riding for just pleasure
Yes,
and fun,
yes.
or whether they're riding professionally.
All of this does play into the trail riding community and everything. I mean, horse behavior and horse health is across the board. It doesn't matter if it's your trail riders going down the road. You know, we have lots of huge trail rides in Natchitoches.
Right.
And I mean, horses misbehaving happens everywhere. It doesn't have to be rodeo.
Right. So we don't want a horse that is misbehaving because there's a misunderstanding
Exactly.
of the horse.
Like
the horse,
children.
right? The horse is going on a trail ride, and the horse is saying, "Man, I really don't like this because I'm hurting, and everybody else is enjoying themselves."
Where you get a lot of those horses that are like, I gotta be in the front, I gotta be in the front.
Right.
And riders are pulling.
Mhm.
There's way easier ways to get your horse to understand, to not take off like that
Right.
without pulling back. I need a stronger bit, I need to pull harder. That's on that horse's mouth.
Right.
Why don't we communicate a little bit differently? Like, no, I want you to stay back here, and then, you know, I call it double down, and, you know, you communicate with that horse a little differently so that you're not fighting your horse anymore. You're fighting possibly that horse's idea that I have to be in the front, but we don't have to do that. There's so many lessons that you can do to simply correct behaviors, and I mean, maybe that horse is acting up because of anything.
So let's talk about Franco Saddles.
Yeah.
It is a company that is based out of Brazil, right?
Based Brazil. Well, the saddles are built there.
Built. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the saddles are built there. Most of our saddles are built there.
So I do all the things that I need to do. Get the consultation.
Yeah.
You all get me set up and things.
Yeah.
How long does a saddle take to come back in?
Generally, we have two different factories. So our tree is the beautiful part of the saddle, and that's what we patented. So the tree itself gets built, and then we have a men's factory and a women's factory.
Okay.
So the men's factory that's the way we don't get our trees mixed up. So generally speaking, it's about 10 to 12 weeks.
Okay.
A little bit earlier in the women's factory because they're a little bit faster, but 10 to 12 weeks to get a saddle.
But this is a designer custom saddle.
Yeah, it's a tailored suit for you and
Tailor
your horse.
suit. Yeah.
You can choose colors, textures, ponchos. I mean,
You can get a rope saddle, barrel saddle, a trekking
Anything.
saddle. We call it trekking saddle, but that's the European influence, I guess. So trail riding saddle. We have ranch cutters. We can build whatever you want,
Right.
and we
This
can
is a
tailor
roping
it to you.
saddle.
That's
So-
a what?
a roping saddle.
A roping saddle.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that, like saddle making isn't supposed to be complicated. It isn't supposed to be coded.
Right.
We have a lot of information on saddle fit that should be just shared because people don't know. It's overwhelming and it's a huge purchase. So come learn. I'll teach you everything you need to know. Everything that I know, I'll teach you because it's not something I need to hold
Right,
for,
right.
for a money value. I need to show you, does your saddle fit?
Right.
If your saddle fits, that's perfect.
So,
But you know that now.
right, but the difference between a custom designer saddle and just one that you buy, like we say in suits.
Yeah.
You buy off the rack.
Yeah.
Okay, so you buy it off the rack. You're not getting all of this professional consulting.
Right. And I wouldn't even say it's consulting. Well, it's consulting. It's it's information that, like at Caslick's, not everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what to look for. They don't know how to judge this saddle to this saddle to that saddle to that saddle.
It's just pretty.
It's just, I like the looks of that saddle and hope it fits my horse, but we don't really know if it does or not. They just know that, well, my horse is still acting up, so it's not the saddle because I just got a new one. No, it's just, there's a whole lot of information in it. So Franco Saddles wants to stay not on the rack.
Right,
we want
right.
to stay personal. So Carrie will be the girl in Louisiana that has that information to share willingly with other people. And in return, we hope that you love our product and that you gain
Share
a
with
sale
someone else.
or think about it. Think about us later when you're ready. We'll give you the information. People will always make the right decision for them and their horses, but they need that information in order to make that decision.
Right.
And if they're just willy-nilly in it and going, well, that one's pretty and we'll take that one, a lot of times they'll justify their purchase because, well, no, I really like it. I like it. I spent a lot of money on that. I like it.
Right.
But it
You ever
didn't
bought a
answer-
pair of shoes that didn't fit?
That's what, oh, look, you just trying to get home to get out of them. You know, I've ridden in a Bentley.
Yeah.
And I've ridden in a Chevrolet or a Ford.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference. And
Yeah.
I say the same thing. I'm making saddle snobs across the country because once you get in them and you find that sweet spot, like that saddle feels like home. And, you know, you're going to change a horse or you gain 30 pounds or you lose 30 pounds or your horse goes lame and you get a different horse and you have to ride in a different saddle and you're like, that's not going to work for me anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So really, horse riding enthusiasts, when it's not about, to you all, it's not about the cost and things, because you know,
Yeah,
if I can get your gluteus maximus just to sit in one of these, you ain't gonna care about what the price is. You want to know, is it affordable?
How can I get it?
That's
So
right. Yeah.
she wandered into my booth at the NFR.
All the way
And
over in
apparently,
Vegas.
apparently her leg was hurting her, so she needed a place to sit. And we welcome people to sit.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like this.
So
is
she-
sitting.
Plunked down in my saddle, and she's like, "I like this one." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Right? Everybody tells you I'm going to come back and buy that before I leave Vegas. I'm going to buy that before I leave Vegas. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I happened to have that demo in my possession when I arrived in Louisiana for about 3.5 minutes. And that was it. And that was it.
It's been on my horse ever since.
Had to have it.
I
Yeah.
had to have it. So,
Wow.
but in a keen eye movement, you know, even the results from, you know, watch the barrel racing standings. What did that person change? What happened to Carrie from 30 days ago till now? And I'm not saying that
Wow.
it's me. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I gave information. I gave her the information to make possible
But
changes.
she applied it.
She applied it.
Right.
So- and that's
Finally, I had to get over myself.
Yeah.
I
Because
had-
sometimes we've been doing things
we don't even know about.
so long that we're not willing to change.
Exactly.
But you got to have somebody to say, hey, look, what is it? Listen, I'm dealing with a situation right now that people said, I was born such and such, and I'm going to die such a... I'm like, it wasn't born that.
No.
And you know, I'm telling you, there's a better way.
There's a better way.
But you got to have somebody to catch you by the hand, because we are afraid of change.
Change is scary. Change is uncomfortable.
Yo, we got to get out of here, but I need to get you all to give some numbers, and I think she'll have the numbers and things posted
Yep.
to get in touch with you all, because I think it's very important that if you're going to be for whether it's barrel racing, whether it's showing horses,
Yeah.
because they show horses too, you need to have the right equipment.
We have a lot of team ropers in Natchitoches area too.
Okay.
Out, a lot of roping, a lot of cutting, a lot of people that
And
are
it
working
means
their
something.
cows.
Right.
And those horses need to last longer.
Right.
Like they need to last longer than they are.
Because they can be expensive. The horses.
Horses are very expensive.
Horses are very expensive, and a good fitting saddle will make that horse last years.
Y'all, we got to get out of here. God bless you all. God keep you is my
Thank you.
prayer. I love you, and you can't do nothing about it.
Thank you.
Well, listen, we can talk a little bit more. We still on this, but listen, I do know because of my partner and friend, he's a farrier, and like you said, and he was talking about the difference between the shoes, even. You know, you know,
Hello.
O.C. Charles.
Yeah.
Pastor Charles. Man, that's the name. O.C. is a strong dude. He's, you know, but I'll go up in there, he messing around with a doggone thoroughbred. I'm like, man, you gonna shoot this horse? Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
You crazy?
Man, these horses are like, and some of them are mean. Because
Yeah, you're
they
looking at
don't,
the race world, though.
a thoroughbred, let me tell you, a thoroughbred is not just a friendly horse. They're supposed to run.
Yeah.
That's what you're an athlete, you paid to run.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like a border collie paid to work. Like it's made to work. The instinct is there.
Right.
Guard dog, instinct to guard.
And see, they don't want to break his natural
The spirit.
spirit of that horse, you know. And I'm like, well, OC, and OC, let me tell you another thing he can do. OC he don't bet on horses, but he can tell you what horse gonna win and what horse gonna place. I told
And
him, I
as
said,
a farrier, that's kind of cheating because you can tell which one is the most efficient to the ground, and you'll go.
Well, he
that
can- he
one
knows.
is not going to outrun that.
and I'm like, OC, let's go to the horse race. You don't have to bet, I will.
I'll take the $20.
Listen, and I won't tell nobody that I won. Y'all heard that, didn't you? But anyway, you know.
Yeah, like here you can. Hang on, let me get look. So this is October of 2025.
Mhm. Oh wow! Now, is that a thoroughbred?
No, he is a quarter horse.
A quarter. That's what
He is a Calgary quarter horse.
I always
Now
look
that's
at the back.
October
Okay. Mhm.
of last year.
I
This
always-
is Saturday.
Same horse.
Same horse.
Wow.
30 days. Give me 30 days.
You can just tell the approach even.
He just feels good. Feels good.
And
So
so
is she.
And I feel good. I feel balanced.
that's what I'm about to say. Your feeling about your horse's ability
I had no clue that he
lets
was able to do this.
lets you say, "Hey, I'm gonna take him to the max."
So in barrel racing, there's
A
other
balance
books, but
between
there's
the
like
horse and the
3D, 4D, 5D, okay, which is
Okay.
your divisions.
okay.
And that's how you place it. It's kind of, it's like what I call is like the participation trophy of rodeo,
Okay.
honestly. You know, I mean, I'm thankful for it, but at the same time, so they took your fastest time, and that's your 1D, and those are your fastest. And then you go to 2D, skip half a second from the fastest, and you start over. First,
Okay.
second, third, or however they pay. Then you go to 3D, and you start over at half a second. So basically, everybody gets a chance to win a piece of the pie.
Okay.
However, we were in the 4D, the 4th division down, which is a whole, 2 seconds past the fastest time. This is a 3D buckle, so we were in the 3D with that one.
Wow.
And then, I mean, we basically skipped the 2D and went to the 1D.
Well, when I got here, I watched her go. I watched it happen, and I'm like, "Are you ready for the 1D?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, whatever. Because
I'm
nobody
like-
know.
I said, "Honey, are you really ready?" Like,
I'm like, no, I have a 3D horse. You know, like that's. I mean, people say that. Like I have a 3D horse. When you go look at, if you go on Facebook and you look at horses for sale for barrel racing,
right.
sometimes they'll say 1D, 2D horse, 3D horse, 5D horse.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they advertise these numbers, and I'm like, I have a 3D horse. You know, and it does matter where you're at. It does matter because if I go over to say Stephenville, Texas, the competition's a little different.
Okay.
You know,
so they do a whole lot of barrel racing.
Oh yeah.
But
so the horses.
It's a very high caliber. I mean, you're talking $200,000 and $300,000 horses.
I got a good friend. She, I think she races barrel racing horses. You know Jennifer? She's from Winfield.
I don't know. I have to see her face. I am
Jennifer
not good with names.
Was a Ewan. Jennifer
Okay,
Gill.
that sounds really familiar.
Yeah, but now she married. Been married to this guy for some years, so it's her name changed. But they raise those horses, those barrel racing horses and things. Then they got what they call the saddlebreds.
Yeah.
Every different. It's like dogs, right?
Yeah.
You go to New Zealand and they have whatever dogs have been imported to the island.
Right.
Because predators and stuff are not natural over there.
Right.
So they have all these what we would call mutts, but they're proven working dogs, and that's the ones that get bred.
Right.
And then you come here and you got the border collie, you got the healer.
See, I got German shepherds.
Right.
And they're all working dogs.
They're all working dogs, and we breed them specifically, and then purebred them all.
Right.
And then you go to a different part of the world, and they do completely different, same task.
Right.
But now it's on proven ability, not on breedability, right?
Right.
It's insane.
It's crazy. Yeah.
The one thing about the horses is I can go from here to New Zealand to anywhere in the world, and that horse talks the same language everywhere we go.
Yeah.
It's a universal language.
Yeah. It's like music, huh?
I don't understand what the Kiwis are talking about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to speak English, but I don't believe it. But I can get on their horse and talk to them just as clear as I do the ones here. And when I've seen her, I'm like, just let me talk to them. Just let me. And I'm not talking like voodoo.
Right.
I can hear what the horse is saying. Like,
Yeah.
hey Joe, what's up?
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking. He's talking. I can see it.
Through his actions.
And I can see the movement where, you know, just as a figure skater, I would say, hey, I need your toe in, not your toe out.
Right.
That changes the hip or it changes the balance point. And I looked at her run and I'm like, there's 3/10 there, 3/10 there. And I mean, a horse having to rebalance on the backside of the first barrel is 3/10 of a second.
Yeah.
So why not get in there and go? But we need to, instead of picking at his face, we need to pick at his rib cage.
Right.
He can get his foot there.
Yeah.
And then you're good. And the horse is like, oh, thank you. That helped.
Yeah.
Right? And then they go faster because now they're not worried about what's going to happen when they get there. She's not worried about what's. So now they're going in there with confidence. And that confidence then creates habits. And then that habit creates, I'm going next week and I'm going to this division and I'm going to go here. And now I'm going to
Get
test you.
excited.
I'm going to go to the next one in Stevensville because I want to see where I play big dogs.
That is a goal. That is a goal
Yeah.
to go to a really. I mean, I have a really big race coming up in Oklahoma City in April. I have world finals coming up in April, and that's going to be a big test of where we sit.
And my stressor is that she gets that anxiety, and I'm not going to be there to take it.
No,
But
my mom will be there. My mom will be there.
You're leaving?
I have to carry on to the next place and share the wealth of knowledge. You know?
Gypsy. Gypsy.
But as the business goes, as an executive position, so to speak, on my visa, I need to find the carries. I need to find, the other people that will rep. I need to find the people that will be ambassadors for. I need to find my accountant. I need to find my lawyer.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm trying to set up that whole business of Movement Plus.
Again, the team.
In the United States, basically.
I need the team. I need the U.S. portion of the team. I already have the Canadian team.
Okay.
Now I need the U.S. team.
Okay. Pick that book up though. If I had an extra copy, I'd give it to you.
So it was 17? Is that
17 indisputable laws of teamwork. Let me tell you something. He talks about the law of the niche, where you fit in.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't ever plan to fit in.
Right.
I'm
You know why? Because you stand out.
Maybe.
But even in the stand out people, they still help in the team working. You know, there's just certain people that's on the team. See, Michael Jordan was a standout, but he understood how important the team was.
Okay.
So he told his the Chicago Bulls, I need some role players around me because I'll never by myself.
Yeah.
Because it's a team sport.
You gotta
know?
understand that. Even though we're out there by ourselves as
That's
barrel
right.
racers, you're out there by yourself with your horse.
But you got
You're a
people
team with your
looking,
horse,
right.
but there's all the people around.
That's
If
right.
the people in the stands, I mean, I'm not saying you have to have them cheer for you, but when you're riding and
It
you
makes you
hear 10 or 15 people in those stands saying your name and
That's
telling
right.
you to come on, it makes a difference.
Our kids are going to
My grandbaby
yeah.
yelling at that side, go
Mhm.
honey, go honey, that
Yeah.
makes a difference.
Yeah. Well, see, we're competing right now for the state title. Well, we're in the semifinal, but that crowd is the sixth man on the floor,
Yeah.
and we've been having much success because of that sixth man on the floor. But it definitely has been a pleasure meeting you, Miss Melissa and Miss Carrie.
Thank you for having us.
Hopefully we will gather a whole lot of people who are interested.
I would love to.
And now how you gonna folk want you to come and help train them?
I'm not gonna train, but
you're
as of
doing-
yet.
I still have to find a place to call home eventually. So
I'm trying to convince
I'm
her.
just-
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. They could say a whole lot about Louisiana, but I love the culture.
You know what?
I
I was
love the
in
culture
Arizona
here.
for November to
Oh, it's
January.
hot in Arizona.
You know what? I didn't.
What part of Arizona?
She wasn't there for the
were you in?
hot.
I was in Whitman,
Whitman, okay.
just outside of Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people were great.
Matter of
Everything was
fact,
great. But
I may have to wind up driving a van to Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and I'll go up to Phoenix and things like that.
My dad was in Long Beach, California.
On Long Beach?
Yeah.
I got
My
a
kid
lot
actually
of.
played hockey in Long Beach.
Oh, I got a
When
lot
my
of.
child decided that you could play hockey, because we're Canadian, right? Hockey's our life.
Yeah.
So when he found out that you didn't have to have winter with hockey, oh, he sees a snowflake now.
Yeah.
He's like, time to go.
There's a lot of Canadians though up in Long Beach, along with Cambodians. Matter of fact, they have a festival for Cambodians
Oh, cool.
in Long Beach, as well as they got a car or race
Oh yeah.
that they do a race on the beach there.
Oh cool.
And it's a nice place. I drove to Long Beach.
Yeah.
It's a nice
It's a long
place.
drive.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
long
it's a
drive.
lot. But I love to drive because you never have to get off of 20. All the way.
We took 20 all the way from Phoenix.
Wherever y'all were in.
Yeah, I don't know. We just made miles. I mean, I got horses in that I'm training as I go,
Yeah.
right? So I
Yeah.
brought them from Canada.
Wow.
And their winter coats,
They're here.
their winter coats did not fare well down here. Man, they were heat exhausted and they were
What kind did you
quarter
raise?
horse ground horses.
Quarter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So and then we found here and they were like, oh, it's a little cooler
What's the
here.
average cost of a barrel racing horse?
15 grand. You're looking at 15 to get something. If you want an older
I
horse.
kind of figured around 15.
I mean, we're looking at Trisha Aldridge got offered $10 million for her stud horse that she made the NFR on, and she said no, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
So, I had a horse that was the same way. Somebody offered me a blank check when he won the finals, and I'm like, it's not happening. He's not
That's how I
leaving
feel
my.
about Cracker right now.
I'll be like, love you.
Yeah, I know. We said kind of
I know
what
what
her
you said.
horse's value would be, packing a kid and
Yeah.
her and poles.
Well, I kind of understand
Yeah.
because my dog is the same way.
Yeah.
I probably have all kind of separation, anxiety,
Yeah.
separation.
Well, he can go out there and like run with me on him, and then 3 minutes later, I can throw that baby on him and not hold him,
For real?
and he will go out there and walk the pattern with her.
And he's a dual event horse. Plus, he's been roped off those. So he's probably, his values in the 100,000 mark or more. And
Yes.
her other half is like, sold.
And I'm like,
Yeah, and he's like,
he is not leaving my barn.
Right, but when you look at that investment is pretty darn valuable,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But she made it.
What about Stutzer?
He's gelded.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he wasn't, then he's decently bred.
I told my
He's got good
brother,
breeding.
I said, man, y'all are cruel. Would you want to be done that way?
But you know, dogs are good for dogs.
I know they do it for dogs, but my dogs are old.
Sometimes in the human department, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
You're right, especially if they're taking care of them, you know.
Yeah. Spay and neuter your pets.
Yeah, but my dogs, they.
Was it Bob Barker that said that?
Oh yeah, always. He was always talking
Yeah,
about
because
you.
he was part of the SPCA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, was it Bob Barker
Man, I
that
thought
said
that
that?
dude.
I love
Remember
it.
I
we were
thought that
spaying
dude was
neuter
a
your pets.
Teflon doll. I thought he would never die
Yeah, I know.
and never age. You know.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Like Vanna White.
I know. So it
I
was
saw
funny
those
because
Saturday
I
on
See,
fire.
Vanna White lately.
I got to coach with my mentor, which was Sharon Cameron, right? So
Yeah, you can. We talk about everything, man.
We talk about everything.
Oh, let me tell you.
when I got to coach side by side with Vanna White or with Sharon,
I was like, Vanna, really?
she was like, "Are you gonna help me this weekend?"